Hi, and welcome to Lacey Bow's Boutique. Today I'm going to show you a most requested ribbon sculpture. It's going to be the frog. I've gotten a lot of requests for the little frog, and she's very, very cute and very easy to make. And it does require several intricate steps like making the smile and making the feet, but she is very easy to make. So what you're going to need is going to be all 3/8 inch grosgrain ribbon, alright, which is 9mm. And you're going to need one piece each. This one is 2 inches, 3 inches, and 4 inches for the body. And then for the legs, you're going to need 6 inches. And then for the feet, 2.5 inches. And the head, 3.5 inches. Then you'll need a 1-inch pink piece for the tongue. And if you want her to have the smile, you're going to need a 1-inch piece of black ribbon. You're also going to need a pair of Google eyes, large or small, it doesn't matter, and some kind of bow, large or small, either one. I have one of my other tutorials has how to make this bow. I'll try to find it and put it in the comments below. And then this bow is just simply a piece of ribbon with a string tied around it and then cut and heat sealed on each end to make it the size I want it. So this is going to be the frog, and let me get these metric measurements in here. I don't know the metric system, so I had to do an online conversion. So there are your measurements in the metric. Okay? And that's just what it told me online to put for each one of those. Alright? So let's get started. You're also going to need a cigarette lighter or a source of fire. Cigarette lighter preferable since we're going to be working very close to our fingers. A pair of tweezers so we're not working too close to our fingers. A hot glue gun and your scissors. Okay? So let me get this to where it's in focus in my work area. Okay. I think y'all will be able to see me working right here just fine. Alright, and then let's get started. So you're going to start, alright, with your body. So it's going to be your 2, 3, and 4 inch ribbon. And what you're going to do with these is you're going to do a basic awareness fold, which that would be the awareness ribbon. Okay, but instead of crossing it over, you're going to just glue those two ends together. So it's the back of this end being glued to the top of this end at an angle. So you just fold it over like that and glue it right there. Once you get it in place, you can just hold it, put some glue in there. Don't burn your finger. And glue that in place. This is a basic body loops, is what I call them. The basic 3-loop body. It's the basis for a lot of your little animal sculptures. And you're going to do the same thing with all 3 pieces. So you just fold it around and glue it in place right there. Okay, and I forgot to say I have heat sealed all of these edges with the lighter except for the pink tongue piece and the foot piece, because we're going to do some different things with the lighter with those 2 pieces there. Okay, so we got that one. Now this is the tiniest one. It's the most difficult to spin around there, especially if you've got some long fingernails. Just want to make sure that it's in there right. I mean, that's just the bottom loopy piece. Not all that important to get perfectly straight. Okay, so we got that. Get all your glue strings off. Okay, now that you've got all those pieces together, you're going to want to glue them together. So you take them and turn them upside down. Alright, and put the small one inside the medium one. And you just put it right in there like that. Line up the points, but don't put them together like that. Bring it down a little bit. And then check it out in the front and see if it's in the middle. Pretty much going to be in the middle. Just keep on holding it, peel it back, and put some glue in there. Okay, same thing with the next piece. You I'm going to glue these two pieces into the larger piece, and then we'll be done with the body. So you just lay this one in there, get it lined up, pull it back a little bit, check it out, and put some glue. Okay, so now that we got the body done, let's go work on the legs next. And when I say legs, I mean this loopy part right here, not the feet, the legs. Okay, so you're going to take your 6-inch piece, alright, and you're just simply going to glue it into a loop. That's all you're going to do, glue it into a loop like that. Just put it together, make a loop. Okay, and that'll make our froggy's legs nice and long and cute. Okay. Alright, once you get him glued into a loop, you got a basic loop, just take and find the center of that loop by folding that piece you just glued in half, and then bringing the whole ribbon forward. And it's alright to pinch it right here and get a crease in it because it's going to be glued down anyway. So just pinch it and get a crease, then you know where the middle is at the top. Then just put a little bit of glue right there in that middle piece. Alright? And then take that crease you just did and push that all the way down, and then glue the crease to the crease right there. That way it's very much evened and he has even knees. So we just made a little figure 8 just like that. Okay, that's his legs. And there's glue strings. Okay, now we're going to take his feet. So you're going to take the 2.5-inch piece for the feet, and you're going to need a pair of small sharp scissors for this. Get back over there. Okay, and I did heat seal these ends just to keep it from fraying. I do not have small sharp scissors, I have small dull scissors. But we're just going to cut some toes here. So just cut up a V and down, just to cut a V out right there. And then do the exact same thing over here to make giving 3 toes. Just cut up and then back down into that corner. And it doesn't matter if your ribbon frays because we're going to heat seal it and make it look kind of funny anyway. Okay, so just cut that V and do it on both ends. Just giving him some toes. You can't have flat feet. Froggy's gotta have toes. Okay, now you take your lighter and very, very quickly, so you don't curl your toes off, just go in on your toes, and they're going to want to spread out, which is just fine. Okay, just want to quickly get in there and heat seal it so that his toes don't fray off. Doesn't really matter if his toe shrinks. These are just the ends. Okay, just to give it a little bit of character. So that's how you make the toes. Now we're going to take the toes right here. You can fold them in half to find the exact middle. Again, get yourself a crease. Alright, then put some glue in that crease and glue them to the middle of the legs right there. So you just stick them down, make sure it's all even, it's in the middle. Okay, so there's the legs with the feet attached to them right there. Okay, now let's work on the head. The head is really simple. Once again, we have the 3.5-inch piece, and once again we're just going to make a loop. Just fold it around, make a basic loop out of it. Okay, just glue it into a loop. Alright, and then once we glue it into a loop, okay, you can take the part, usually we put the part that we glued in the back, but it's actually kind of cute to do it in the front on the froggy because it just makes it look like he's got a nose and another part of the mouth right there. It doesn't matter, it's up to you. If you want to do it in the back, that's fine too. So you're just going to take, and you're not going to glue it together like we did the legs. You're going to bring it up a little bit and glue it to the end because we got to have a place to glue the eyes. So you just flatten it out, flatten it out, and then pull it down a little bit so that it makes kind of a little head shape like that. And then put some glue down in there. Okay. And then that's her head. Okay. Now, for the tongue, alright, I didn't heat seal this. We can heat seal one end regularly. But to make it a little bit rounded, whenever you heat seal the edge, just give those corners just a little more heat. And that'll round it off. Just round it off right there. That way you don't have to go cut. Now see, it rounded it off, and that made her tongue. Okay? Then you take the tongue and glue it right underneath the little fold right there, off to the corner, so it looks like her tongue is coming out of the corner of her mouth. Okay, just this is the back of the head, just glue it right there. Just glue it straight right there. Okay? So let's put a little bit of glue on the tongue. And then put it right back there on the edge. Now what we're going to do eventually, if you don't want a smile, you can go ahead and do this step right now to just curl the tongue up and glue it in place right there. If you do want the smile, we're going to take this black piece right here that was 1 inch long, and all we're going to want to do is cut the very edge of the grosgrain off of it, right along the edge. If you look at the grosgrain the way it's made, there's the horizontal lines, and then you got a little vertical piece right there. Okay, I actually cut that a little bit too thin, so since I messed that side up, let's try this side. That's better. Okay, now here's where you really want to hold it with your tweezers so you don't burn yourself. Now we're going to be doing a curl technique with this. You take and you light your lighter. Okay, and you want to just come in on the ends for one. Then come in and see it curl up like that. You don't want to get too much heat on it. Then you do the same thing down here at this end. You get it, it's going to start curling up. Just making a curl for a smile. Get it to curl and move as much as you want it to. Now see, it curled like that. Okay, so if you want to put a smile on it, you just take that piece right there. Get a little bit of glue on it and just smear it on. Try not to glue it to your tweezers. Okay, and then take your head and glue the smile right in the center of it there. Okay, so there's the froggy smile. Now we can curl the tongue up and glue it to the corner of the mouth right there. So just put a little dot of glue in the corner of the mouth and curl the tongue up and stick it in place right there. Okay, now let's assemble her, and we're almost finished. Okay, take your body, and we're going to glue it right down in the middle of the legs right there. So with your feet on the bottom part, of course, put some glue right down in here in the middle. And then center up your body without glue strings holding it. And set it right down on there. Okay. And just mash it in place. You can use your tweezers. Just squish it down on there. Okay. And then you can get your finger in there under those loops. Push it down. Okay. If you want her legs to come further up the sides, just add some glue. Add some glue up the side of the leg. Bring it on up. Okay. Same thing on the other side. Okay. Made the legs stick up like that. Get all your glue strings off. Make sure they're even. You might give them a little tug back down. Now put the head on. Just going to put it right there. little glue there. Stick her head right there in the middle. Alright, now we're going to put the eyes on. Now you could have either used a large Google eyes like I've got here on her, or these are the other normal size Google eyes, the small ones that I use on my other creations. So if you want to put the small ones on, she's going to look like that with the small ones on. Okay, but I like to use the big ones on my froggies because a froggy typically has large eyes. So put a little glue off to the side right here and stick half the eye on. You want the eye to stick off the top. Okay. Stick that one right there. Same thing right next to it. Stick the eye on halfway right there. Get rid of the glue strings. And there is a finished frog right there. Now if you want to put a bow on her, make yourself a small bow, stick it on there. If you want to use the big bow, you can put it off to the side like that, or you can put it right behind the eyes. So I think on this frog we're going to stick the bow right behind the eyes. So I'm going to put a little bit of glue right back here behind the eyes, smear it right up onto the eyes, make sure the bow is facing the right direction, stick it on there. In there even, and there is a finished froggy. Now just stick it on a lined alligator clip and you're ready to go. And that is how you make the frog. I hope y'all enjoyed this tutorial, and thank you so much for watching. Y'all have a great day.